Through the forest, the Pandavas made their way to Ekachakrapura. Bhima watched over them when they slept. A demon named Hidim lived in the forest, grabbing and eating all passers-by. He had a sister, Hidimba, who could change herself into a beautiful form. He would send her to look for his victims. One day, she saw Bhima and fell in love with him. She wished to marry him. So she told him all about her brother and said she would help him and his family escape. Hidim was enraged by his sister's love for Bhima. There was a ferocious combat between Bhima and Hidim, in which Hidim was killed. With Kunti's blessings, Bhima married Hidimba and lived with her in the forest, continuing to protect his mother and brothers at night too. They had a strong and great warrior son, Ghatotkach, who would later help his father during the war at Kurukshetra. Killing Bakasura. In Ekachakrapura, the Pandavas lived in the house of a Brahmana and went out as mendicants begging food from other households. Whatever they got, half was given to Bhima and the rest shared by the others. One day, they heard their landlord and his family lamenting. It seemed that a cruel demon Bakasura, living in a cave nearby, controlled the city. He ate the people of the city. The people sent a bullock cart full of food driven by one person from a house in the city. He would eat the food, the bullocks, and the driver. This time, a member of the landlord's house had to go. Kunti persuaded him to send Bhima. Bhima drove the bullocks with the food cart to the cave, where he sat down to eat all the food. This enraged the demon. He attacked Bhima, who brushed him off. Finally, after his meal, he broke Bakasura's bones and killed him. The gifts of the Gandharva. Kunti considered it wise to leave Ekachakrapura as Bhima's killing of Bakasura was sure to attract attention from all over the kingdom. They had reached the banks of river Ganga when a warrior in a chariot challenged them and asked them not to go near the river. He was Sangaraparna, a Gandharva chieftain who had come for some leisure to the forest with his wife and retinue. The Pandavas, thus challenged, stood up to him to battle, and after combat with Arjuna, the Gandharva fell down unconscious. His wife ran up to plead for mercy and for her husband's life. The Pandavas spared him, and he returned to consciousness. In return, he gave them the gift of divine inner vision and 100 horses that would be available when they needed them. They thanked him and went on their way. Drupada's prayer. Meanwhile, Drupada was burning with anger at the humiliation he suffered at Drona's hands. He wandered to many places, looking for a teacher who would teach him how he could have a son who would avenge his humiliation by defeating Drona someday. Finally, when he received this knowledge, he returned to Panchala. He performed a great sacrifice with prayers and ceremony to have the son he desired. His sacrifice was a great success. Out of the sacrificial fire emerged two glowing beings. One was his son Drishtadyumna, who appeared out of the fire complete with armor and bearing weapons. There was no doubt that a great warrior was born. He was followed by the dusky and beautiful Draupadi. As she was the daughter of the king of Panchala, she was also called Panchali. Because she emerged from the Yagna fire, she was called Yagnaseni too.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.